Hey, I'm Stephanie, and it's time to stumble into style. Welcome to this episode of Signature Style Sunday, my weekly video series in which I document my style journey and attempt to find my very own sense of style using mainly what I already own. Today is the last Sunday in January, so I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to pause and take a look at the activities that I've done this month and see if I've learned anything from them. This was the first month of my foray into fashion, and it's already starting to bear fruit. My biggest achievement this month was cleaning out my childhood closet. This not only got my declutter muscles active and a little bit stronger, but it also gave me some possible hints as to what some of the elements of my sense of style might be. Now, this closet wasn't necessarily representative of my life or my current style preferences because it's kind of where my clothes have gone to die for a couple of decades now. But despite that, a couple of trends emerged. The first thing I noticed is that the vast majority of clothing in my closet was of a practical but not very stylish nature. So things like flannel shirts, t-shirts, sweatshirts, comfy pants. And this shows me that I have a very clear and obvious preference for comfortable clothes, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it also indicates something else. The fact that I have so many more of this category of clothing than any other category of clothing in my closet also means that these clothes define my style currently by default, not by deliberate choice. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. So I'm definitely going to want to come back and examine this as my style journey continues. The second thing I noticed was that when I examined the remaining 4 items in my cool clothes category in my closet declutter, is that they had some pretty obvious similarities. When I look at all of them next to each other, they're all made out of extremely soft fabrics. They are all solid blocks of color. And if you look at the shirts, they have very similar cuts. So I thought, well, they all have such obvious similarities. I wonder if I would find that if I looked in my suitcase. Because I packed that suitcase for 2 months of travel. And that means that any clothing in that suitcase would have to be clothing I feel pretty good about because I was going to be living with it day in, day out for 2 months. And lo and behold, the trend is there. The solid colors, the really luxe, soft feeling fabric, and the cuts with a little bit of personality. So I feel like those might be some elements of my sense of style. I think they might be popping out. And the last thing I noticed was a distinct imbalance between the number of tops and the number of bottoms in my wardrobe. I'd say about 90 to 95% of my closet is tops and like 5 to 10% is bottoms. And I'm not sure if this is because it's just harder to find pants that fit, or maybe it's because I'm just generally not so interested in that category. I haven't really thought about it yet, but when I look at the pants that I do have, they're usually pretty bland. They're jeans or leggings. And so that kind of indicates to me that I have much more fun picking out tops with personality than fancy pants. Moving forward, I'm going to keep an eye out for these elements as I delve into the closet in my apartment. And I'm excited to see if these trends continue to kind of exhibit themselves in my living, working wardrobe, or if entirely different trends will emerge. Either way, I'm just really excited to kind of, take a conscious look at where I've been and where I am now. Because I think only once I have kind of a conscious idea of where I actually am, will I be able to make decisions about how I want to grow. Are there any trends that become apparent when you look in your closet? If so, please feel free to share them in the comments. I know I would love to hear from you. And that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope that we can all remember that even stumbling can be a form of moving forward. So let's stumble in style.